Hello everyone, it is Rice and welcome back. Today I'm bringing you a actual war recap instead of one of those super long, not in great detail, like everything that happened in a week type of videos. So going in depth into our NDL Open Division War this week against summernvrcame. This is week 2 of NDL Open and we managed to win. 53 to 50 was the star count, 94.25 to 89.55 on percent, so pretty handy victory for us. Breaking down the stats, we had an 11v11 triple, whereas they did not, and we also had one 10v10 triple, whereas they did not, and neither of us managed to clear all the 9s. So we had two 3-star advantages over them, but the 3rd star and the difference comes from this base right here, which they only managed to 1-star, going for 3-star attempts and just missing the town hall because of base design. So yeah, that just about summarizes the war. On our side, we had Alex with a fresh hit 11v11 triple. Yeah, super cool there. That was pretty early on in the war as well, so really set the tone, put on some pressure early. As well as a 90% on his 2nd attempt, also a fresh hit, so very close to a fresh hit 11v11 6-pack, which is pretty wild. We're definitely going to look at his attack. Moving down, we had Darlington get very close twice. Yeah, pretty unfortunate there. Some more close attacks. Carter had a 91% as well as finishing off Darlington's attack on number 3 for that 3rd star, and that'll be the 10v10 triple of the war, and we'll take a look at that as well. Down to the Town Hall 9s, we had Sean on the Prodigy with the fresh hit 6-pack. Billy with a 6-pack as well, 1 fresh hit, 1 cleanup. Actually cleaned up my fail here. And that's all the 6-packs from the war, but as you can see, lots of people got a 3-star. So success all up and down the map. And yeah, just a good war from us, even though we didn't manage to clear that last Town Hall 9 base. Yeah, just kind of throwing everything we had at it. They did the same. Here's Gallant Shadow with 4 defenses, and then on their side, it was Vic with 5 defenses, and neither of those bases got cleared. Just kind of down to, you know, throwing all of our remaining Town Hall 9 attacks at those bases and just not getting it done on either side. But starting off the attacks, let's look at Alex's fresh hit 3-star, and he's going in with a 11v11 Govaho with some bowlers in there. So Gova Hobo, I suppose, but a fun attack to watch. You don't normally see Valkyries used at Town Hall 11. I guess he only uses 1 Valk, so it's, yeah, hardly a Govaho, but at the same time, good attack. Starting off at the top here, you saw with 1 wall break and then a jump spell later. There it is right there. He can send in a kill squad and get 3 expos as well as a couple of wizard towers. He's going to end up pushing really far in and getting the eagle, as well as, not to mention, he gets enemy queen, enemy king. Yeah, just a ton of value. Doesn't get either Inferno, but since they're both on single, he's just going to overwhelm them with hogs anyways. Everything takes the jump. Set a nice funnel. Yeah, gets the Warden Tower, gets the Eagle, and everything kind of hanging out in that pocket away from all the defenses, which is pretty nice. Meanwhile, he started his hogs, deploys all of them up there, going right into that 1st Inferno. Very strong. Brought 4 heal spells, uses the 2nd one of those right here after the Wizard Tower goes down. Spring Trap, Skelly spells, just the usual, defending against the Hog Raid. Used the poison that he brought on the CC, so doesn't have anything to take care of those ground Skellies, but not going to be a problem. He has tons of hogs. Just going to get rid of some Discord notifications there. Anyways, continues with the heal spells, making sure everything is healed up as he goes into this final dangerous compartment. Uses a heal spell there as well, but made sure that everything was full health, because even if you go in with a heal spell, if your hogs are low health, they can get bursted down. But that doesn't happen here. Heals them up, heals them through, and has a ton of hogs left over for a cleanup, as well as the Warden and the Queen. So lots of stuff surviving that attack. A couple of wizards, he deployed those early, and they worked their way all the way down to clean up down here. And we're going to fast forward through to the end of this as his horde of hogs comes through. And yeah, finishes off on this final corner hut for the 3-star 11v11. Great job, Alex, this war. So moving down to the 10v10 action. we will look at Carter's 3-star on El Joker. Coming in with a Gobo Wii attack. And yeah, basically he's going to start off on this side, starts with the witches in the corner, a couple of bowlers with them once the skeletons get out in front to tank, starts his queen walk down the other side, and not really anything to stop the queen walk, just a couple of point defenses, but the air defenses are out of range. And meanwhile, he started the bulk of his attack, lots of bowlers, couple of golems, and due to this little pocket in here behind the mortar, he can jump right into the core with one spell, so great identification there, seeing that he can do that. Sets a nice funnel, and BK kind of helps out there, just luring all of his troops in. Houndloon CC comes out, and even though he has a couple of poisons, he doesn't decide to use either of them on this loon here, so the loon actually lives a pretty long way through this raid. Drops the heal to help get through that, couple of rages, second jump into the back end, gets the second Inferno taken out, gets a bunch of these point defenses on the edge taken out as well, and finally realizes that the loon has not been killed and poisons that down at the end. I think he might have thought his queen was in the middle, forgot he had a queen walk or something, maybe just forgot he had poison, scroll bar, something like that. Doesn't really matter, doesn't affect the raid. Yeah, bowler stuck on a wall, the loon goes down to the poison, hound's not going to do anything, and a couple of witches survive. I think he brought 3 of them, and 2 of them still up, with a bunch of skeletons to distract, only point defenses left. Meanwhile, the queen walk up top, a bit slower than the rest of the army with all the rages, and losing the healers to the air defense, so not ideal there, but never had to use the ability. Just kind of let the queen do her thing. She's going to have to use the ability now, though, as there's only 1 healer remaining. But the bowlers, the skeletons down here at the bottom. Bowler bounces that archer tower, which actually may have saved the raid, as the archer tower was causing the queen to get dangerously low. But now the archer tower is down, there's just this double cannon left, and that can definitely not handle all of these little skeletons. Final healer gets taken out by the air mine, and we're going to fast forward through this. Everything takes out the hound really quickly, and then queen finishes off the double cannon for the 3-star there. So great hit to Carter, finishing off that base for a 10v10 triple. And moving on to the Town Hall 9 action, let's look at Sean's attack on base number 12 against Bulletproof. So this base, as you can see, all the air defenses are pretty easily accessible from the outside due to this little pocket here. There's even a hole in the defenses, or in the buildings there. I didn't notice that till now, but anyways, not gonna do anything with that hole, just kind of gonna proceed as normal. But what he's gonna do is, since he can pretty easily get you know, his king and some CC bowlers into this pocket and take out all these air defenses, he's just gonna go ahead and do that, invest a rage into that as well, and then just mass dragon the rest of the base once the air defenses are down. So there goes the king, there go the bowlers. Tried to funnel the queen in as well, but because of that mortar not going down there, she's going to be lured off to the side, and then she's going to go around the opposite direction. So she's not going to come in here. I think if she had, he would have gotten this last air defense as well. He does not manage to get that down. Gets 3 out of the 4 air defenses, and bowlers go down because after the king ability, the king ran away, and all the defenses locked onto the remaining bowlers while they took out the defenses inside the walls. Lures the CC, but that's not going to be a problem in this dragon hit. Meanwhile, he's already started his dragons, missed the beginning of that, but basically doing some funneling, making sure they all get in there. Gets double use out of the poison. He brought 2 of them, 1 for the queen, 1 for the CC, but since the CC ends up running up right next to the queen, manages to get double use out of just 1 poison spell. So yeah, good value there. Just a ton of dragons still left up. Deploys a couple of loons to soak up some air traps, and uses the rest of his loons with a haste spell to get this final backhand air defense. I think he might have wanted to use all the loons to try and soak up traps, but because of that air defense not going down, has to improvise a little bit. Doesn't matter. Gets it done. Final haste spell to make sure he gets through this Tesla farm without a scratch. A couple of dragons left up and a bunch of loons as well. And that'll seal it for this base. Just a cannon left up, that's not going to do anything, and everything on the base has been taken out. There's no, you know, buildings that were forgotten or anything. Everything converging onto this corner over here. And yeah, that'll do it for the attack. Let's fast forward to the end of this, finishing up on these pumps and mines for the 3-star 9v9 fresh hit. So great job, great war to Sean with the fresh hit 6-pack. And moving along to the next Town Hall 9 hit. We are going to take a look at Billy's hit on, where's Billy? Number 13. This was a old school Shattered Goho. No bowlers in the CC, which means no rage in his army comp. Just bringing 3 heals for the hogs and 1 jump for his heroes and maybe a couple of wizards to go in and get everything that he needs. So setting a wide funnel to make sure that he can get in. He's going for the queen, the CC, and the king. They're all put right together. Bomb tower's up there too, but that would be a very deep push. Probably would need bowlers and a rage in order to get that. So Billy opts instead just to go for it with get it with the hogs. And anyways, still has his golem up here on pretty much full health. Which is pretty nice because that golem's going to run ahead of the rest of his kill squad while they deal with the hound. And also a little bit of funneling troubles. All of this stuff up here is going to pull queen away from the inside where she's meant to go. Pops king ability to try to save it, but queen continues along the edge. However, some barbs come in to tank for the enemy queen while a wizard takes her out while she's under poison, and that's all Billy needs for his raid to proceed. Gonna go ahead, start his hogs, drops 1 group of them that goes directly to the middle. Not sure if that was planned, but as you'll see in a second, that works out really nicely because it was such a small group. He doesn't need to heal it, and the group took out the bomb tower, which eliminates the need for a heal there for the rest of his group of hogs. So yeah, unsure if that was planned, but it goes really nicely. There are those max CC hogs in there. You can see them with their shiny red hammers. Drops the second of his 3 heals. Had to double poison when he was taking out the queen and the CC, so no poison for all these ground skellies, but they're not going to be much of a problem, especially since he can cover pretty much the entire remainder of the base with all the heals. Nothing left really except the wizard tower, a couple of them, and an expo, all in range of a heal spell. And the hogs are going to finish off on this air sweeper in the core here, and that's actually also really helpful for him because if they'd finished off on the edge, there was a risk of the time fail, as everything just avoids these non-defense buildings in the core. But anyways, that'll do it for this raid pretty much, as Argat would say. Got hogs on storages, y'all, and Billy finishes it up for the 3-star. Great hit. The final Town Hall 9 attack that I have to show will be Cloudy's attack on number 15. Going in with a cold-blooded Lalo, I guess. There's no bowlers, so it's just a go Lalo. Kind of a Sui Hero Lalo idea, but as you can see, he's going to be going in on this corner here, and he's going to go for that air defense as well as the queen and the CC. Since they're very spread out and there's a lot of stuff in there, he opted to bring a golem to the raid instead of just trying to get it all done with his heroes only. So gonna go ahead, start with the golem, tanking all the point defenses, jump spell right away, getting everything in there, pulls the CC, poisons that down. Queen does not get into the poison spell. Instead, she runs around to the outside, and yeah, targets something from there. But BK, AQ, they're going to hop out, take care of her, and then go right back in, finish off the rest of what was planned. And at this point, he's gotten everything he meant to, with the kill squad going to wait a little bit longer, carve out some pathing before he goes ahead, starts the Lalo. And as you can see, both the sweepers kind of pointing the same direction, so he can just Lalo right behind them, which he does. Some early haste to make sure that he takes out the defenses while his hounds are still healthy, because with a lot of defenses up at the beginning of a Lalo, hounds take lots of fire. Beautiful rage spell here, gets right over the Tesla farm, over the high HP Expo. Gonna get into the air defense in the core there, and also help to negate the sweeper effect. And at this point, he's got a ton of loons left. The Expo, unfortunately, targeting his loons instead of the hounds, so he hastes the loons through, gets rid of the Expo, and they catch the tail end of the haste and take out the air defense before his hound pops, so he's not going to get the added cleanup from the pups. But not really gonna matter at all. Waiting, doesn't use his last haste, really wants that hound to pop, so trying to leave the defenses up for as long as possible, but not gonna get the hound pop there. Only the wizard tower left, and that doesn't do enough damage. But at this point, as I said, not gonna matter. Plenty of loons left and some nice cleanup pathing, and in a Sui Hero Lalo, he finishes with both of his heroes on pretty much full HP. So If that's not overkill, don't know what is. Swags of Haste and Cloudy finishing off God of Hell, their number 15, for the 3-star here. And that'll do it for all the replays from this war. Taking a look at the stats one more time. 53 to 50 on stars, 94.25 to 89.55 on percent. So a pretty dominating victory for the 1001 crew here in week 2. We did lose our week 1 matchup, so this pulls us back to even, our first win of the season. And yeah, looking up. Hopefully good things to come from here. Good war to the crew, and I will see you all for the next one. This has been Rice, and I'm out.